Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. The rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine recently got into it with Snoop Dogg on social media, and he also accused Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber of cheating their way to the #1 spot on the Billboard charts. Now Tekashi released a single called Gooba, and it was projected to debut at #1 on the charts. However, Justin and Ariana's song Stuck With You surpassed Tekashi on Billboard, and Tekashi is claiming foul play.
I'm gonna make this real quick because I'll be real disappointed if Billboard gets paid for #1s, somehow manipulate the charts. I want the whole world to see this because what I'm about to show you is a forecast, right, of what every label in the world gets. Atlantic, Interscope, Republic, Columbia, Sony, Universal Music, every label gets this, right? This forecast was today, Friday, so it was sent yesterday. This is the forecast from yesterday, right? #1, Doja Cat, Say So. #2, 6ix9ine, Gooba. #3, The Weeknd, Blinding Lights. 4, Megan Thee Stallion. #5, Ariana Grande was Stuck With You. Last night, which is completely illegal, last second, like last hour, Stuck With You by Ariana Grande submits 60,000 units out of nowhere, completely out of nowhere. This is the forecast they sent every label. It puts Ariana Grande was Stuck With You at 43.7, which jumps 12 points. They went from being 5th place to 1st place out of nowhere, right? It puts Gooba 40 points. So Gooba never jumps to #1, but Ariana jumps from #5 to #1. Universal Music has put an audit in, and Sony has put an audit in, because literally you're manipulating the charts now. So Billboard, the world is watching and saying, why y'all cheat? If y'all doing this to every artist in the world, how can an artist that works hard get #1? How?
So as you can see, Tekashi was very upset, and I do see a lot of people taking his side. However, I want to point out this. I saw the numbers on Music Daily World's page on Instagram, and I saw that Ariana and Justin's song Stuck With You sold 295,000 units with 108,000 pure sales and 28.1 million streams, and also 26.3 million in radio play. Tekashi's song Gooba sold 393,000 units with 55.3 million streams and only 24,000 pure sales and 172,000 in radio airplay. So Tekashi may have beat them in downloads and streams, but Ariana and Justin Bieber beat Tekashi in pure sales and in radio play. And not only that, Ariana and Justin discounted their single because they are using the proceeds for charity, and also they were selling bundles with their single. So all of this did help them reach #1 on the charts. For the most part, Tekashi was only relying on streams, and streams aren't enough to secure the #1 spot on Billboard. There are a lot of rappers out there who stream big numbers, but their songs never go to #1 on Billboard. So that's something to think about. But Tekashi was still very upset that he debuted at #3, and apparently his label wanted to investigate Ariana and Justin's numbers. Now, I'm sure Tekashi's label owner, Elliot Grange, and his father, Lucian Grange, who is the head of Universal Music Group, are upset that Tekashi didn't go to #1 because they put money behind his streams as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was some bot activity going on with his YouTube streams. They were definitely paying a lot of money to promote him, so they're mad that he didn't go #1, and Tekashi is mad too, which is why Tekashi is calling out Billboard, and he's also coming for Ariana Grande.
So listen, I want the world to know that Billboard is a lie. You can buy #1s on Billboard. I want that to register in your head. You can buy #1s on Billboard. Now let me tell you what happened. We was having an ongoing investigation just now. Silvio from Billboard, right? There's like probably 5 or 6 of them that come up with the charts with Nielsen and everything. Last Thursday, Ariana was Stuck With You submitted 60,000 units last second. With the investigation, we found this. They purchased half of those things with 6 credit cards When we asked where was those 6 credit cards linked to, Billboard said we can't disclose that information. Understand this. They bought 30,000 and so units with 6 credit cards. 6 credit cards. Now, again, you're going to enjoy your number one. Explain how you buy 30,000 with 6 credit cards, right? Now, let me explain to you something. They don't want, Billboard doesn't want no one to know this. Now I understand why Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj say Billboard, like we used to look up to number one, to Billboard, but now it's like we know it's all manipulated, right? It's all fabricated. You can buy number ones. This is what these artists do, right? And it's not fair. I want you to see this. Gooba streamed 50 million streams, and this is what they're counting only, 50 million streams, right? They only counted, look what Billboard counts. They only counted 31 million. Billboard illegally disqualified 20 million streams so it can drop down and the people who bought the number one, which was Stuck With You, can go to number one. Look at this. 31 million, which places us at 38 points. When in 5th place, you were stuck at 32 points. 6 credit cards buys you 36 credit. Listen, you can buy number ones on Billboard. I'm letting you know that. We just did a whole investigation and their best answer was, we can't disclose that information. Now, Billboard, if you want to explain to all the hard-working artists out there, the hard-working artists and established artists at that, because there's a lot of established artists right now that don't get number ones and don't understand why. It's like looking at an apple, right? An apple sometimes is most likely red, right? There's green apples, but just look at this. There's apples that are red, right? And you're looking at an apple, and this is what we did with Billboard. Yo, explain how you deduct. If there's 50 million streams, right, on Gooba, why only count 30 million, right? So it's like looking at an apple and say, I'm obviously looking at you and you're red, but you're not. But you're telling us it's not red. You got caught cheating red-handed, right? And say, no, we can't disclose that information. We can't. I want the world to know. You can buy number ones. If you're part of a label, just say, listen, I want part of my budget. Just buy me a number one record. Because that's what you're doing, right? And it's not fair to artists who work. I got the biggest record. Let's show you Google, right? Compared to these other records. And if you want to compete with this is in 1 week, right? Zoom in on that. If you want to compete, this is 184 million and you count in 30 million streams and disqualify everything else because...
So that was Tekashi going off on Billboard, and he was accusing Ariana and Justin's team of using 6 different credit cards to buy 30,000 units of their single. And it does look very suspect. It does. And it also looks suspect that all of Tekashi's streaming numbers aren't being counted. So I don't blame him for being skeptical. But Ariana did respond, and she said this: I would like to address a few things which I usually don't do. I don't give my energy to drama or strange accusations normally, but this has gone a little too far. My fans bought the song. Justin's fan bought the song. Our fans bought this song. Never more than 4 copies each, as the rules state. They are ride or die MFers, and I thank God every day that I have them in my life. Not just when they fight for us to win, even when I ask them not to, as I did this week, but because they are some of the greatest people I know. Sales count for more than streams. You cannot discredit this as hard as you try. To anybody that is displeased with their placement on the chart this week, or who is spending their time racking their brain thinking of how many ways they can discredit hardworking women, and only the women for some reason, and I ask you to take that moment to humble yourself. Tekashi clapped back at Ariana and uploaded a video trolling her.
This video to address Ariana. I don't want you to think that I'm coming at you. Not saying that you're not talented, not saying that you can't sing. You're a beautiful singer. You just don't understand my pain. My frustration is from Billboard. I speak for the millions of kids that come from nothing, right? Let me show you something. All of this, we come from some place, right? This is where I came from before all of this fame. This was actually my home where me, my mom, my brother, his girlfriend, my girlfriend, my daughter lived. This was the first computer I bought to learn how to edit videos myself. Like, this was like, I spent my last couple of dollars buying this shit. I want you to understand that I come from a different background than you, right? My mom used to collect cans, right? On the street. I used to bust tables, be a dishwasher. I'm gonna show you what.
Oh man, that's the worst!
Here's a piece of candy.
Yay, I love candy!
Now, I don't know the purpose of this video. It seems like Tekashi was trying to get sympathy and throw shade at Ariana, but where they come from has nothing to do with Billboard and how hard they work in the music industry. And I do find it interesting that Tekashi is addressing Ariana Grande alone, and I kind of have a theory that he's trying to create a narrative that Ariana pays for her #1 hits. And I think he and his team are pushing this narrative because they're trying to compete with her. Tekashi announced that he's releasing a new music video Friday, May 22nd. It so happens that Ariana is releasing a single with Lady Gaga on May 22nd as well. So there will be another Billboard battle between Tekashi and Ariana. And if Tekashi puts it out there that Ariana cheats for her #1s, he can probably get the public on his side to stream his music. I don't know. That's just my personal theory, and I could be wrong. Now, Justin Bieber did speak up, and he responded to Tekashi's claims and said this. He says his streams don't count. Yes, they do, but he's counting his global streams, and this is a domestic chart, so only domestic streams count. 60,000 units came because we didn't disclose our numbers until the end of the week. That's called strategy. He said 30,000 was bought with 6 credit cards, but that is a lie. The rules are clear. 1 credit card can buy max 4 copies. Anything over that, the entire amount gets thrown out. Nielsen Company checks this and found all of our sales were legit because our fans are amazing and bought them. Don't discredit our fan base with false info. So that was Justin's response, and he did educate some people when he broke this down. But Tekashi is still claiming that they cheated. But like I said before, I do think the radio play and the pure sales did help Justin and Ariana's numbers. And I do remember some days ago, there was a DJ named Tony Neal who basically told Tekashi that he couldn't reach #1 on the charts if he didn't have radio play. So Tekashi's lack of radio play probably affected his chance to go to #1.
Yo, 6ix9ine. You talking about Billboard is cheating. Let me explain something to you. 200 million streams and no radio. Nigga, you'll never be #1. 200 and mil. Listen, you got 200 million streams and not nobody playing your shit. Your shit don't even come up in media base. What makes you think that you're going to go #1? Congratulations on telling. Congratulations. But nigga, you're not going to be #1 with no radio. Y'all stop that shit. The niggas ain't out touring, so you need radio. That's why you're not #1.
Anyway, let me move on and talk about Tekashi beefing with Snoop Dogg on Instagram. Tekashi decided to address Snoop Dogg after Snoop called him out multiple times for being a snitch, aka a rat face boy. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the story, Tekashi paid his way into the 9 Trey gang and he got involved in a lot of criminal activity, but after a while the feds cracked down on the gang and Tekashi snitched on everyone to reduce his sentence. So he cooperated with the feds and told them everything, and he even told them things that he didn't need to tell. So he actually over snitched, if that makes sense. But he says that he snitched because his gang turned on him. Still, Tekashi is looked at as a rat, and people like Snoop Dogg called out Tekashi several times. However, Tekashi decided to clap back at Snoop and posted a video of Suge Knight talking about snitches, and from the clip, it looked like he was referring to Snoop.
You might hear them getting caught with drugs, get caught with a gun, stab somebody, do those type of crimes, and they're gonna come to prison. One of the reasons that nigga come, Snoop would never come. I mean, Snoop was on, we did a murder trial for him, but then he was on probation. Then he got caught with 2 ounces of marijuana. Then he got caught with guns. And each time it's nothing. They're not gonna violate him because for the street guys know what I'm talking about. There's no puzzle. I mean, if you get a guy that constantly getting in trouble and never gonna come to prison, that's because he's an informant. He's a rat, a snitch. Yeah. And they're more important to the police on the streets than in here because they let them know what's going on. They might save their soul by telling them 3 or 4 or 5 other guys. I'm from Compton. A rat is the lowest you can call a rat to do anything.
So you don't think Snoop was a rat?
I mean, I don't want to make Alice. I don't need to put nobody out there. Okay. If I do, that's like a form of telling.
Now, Snoop Dogg did respond to Tekashi on Instagram, and he said this: "Guys, no, I ain't have nothing to do with Suge Knight getting time. We had the same lawyers. This rat reached and called me a snitch, and FYI, he most likely drew up the papers. He do work with the feds. Suge and me on great terms now. So if I told on him, we would never be cool, and that's a fact, clown. Now carry on and stay tuned for the Tattletales movie. And record, little B. I got time."
Last time you said something, I ain't had time. But today, I got time. You better get the off my line, rat boy. You really better leave me alone. I ain't the one. No way. No way. Go on and do your shit and get out my way. You funky dog head, rainbow head, dog head. Yeah, you. Better leave the dog alone. Go find you a cat. Tom and Jerry shit. With the dog. Nothing nice. Yeah. Rat boy.
Now, Snoop and Tekashi kept going back and forth on social media, and Tekashi brought up Snoop Dogg's affair with the infamous IG model Selena Powell. Snoop was exposed for cheating on his wife Shantae with Selena, and Selena threatened to drop a tape of her and Snoop together on her OnlyFans account. Tekashi, being as petty as he is, linked up with Selena, and they started exposing Snoop Dogg together. When he got a hold of one of Selena's videos, he posted it on Instagram and said this: "For 2 years while I was in jail, people started with me trying to end my career, and it didn't work. Now they say leave me alone. This the world we live in. Go apologize to your wife." Tekashi also outed Snoop Dogg for cheating on Shantae with Selena earlier this year. And Snoop Dogg said it was old news, but Selena said, "Old news? The video is old news, but you FaceTime me and ask if I really had a tape with you. From there, we slept together again Super Bowl weekend. Sorry, old man, my friend 6ix9ine is back." This whole story right here is a hot mess. A hot mess. And I think it's messed up for Tekashi to bring Snoop Dogg's wife into this. Tekashi has his own issues. He's not even taking care of the child he has with his baby mama. So I don't think he needs to speak on anybody's family. And Snoop Dogg honestly has to hold this L. He takes a huge L for continuing to cheat on his wife with a clout chaser like Selena. And he also takes an L for wasting his energy on Tekashi. Tekashi is an industry plant, and Snoop is a hip-hop legend. He shouldn't even be giving Tekashi any energy. Tekashi trolls people because he knows he can't get touched. He's protected by the feds. So honestly, I think these rappers need to stop giving him attention. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.